I'm Jasmine Anderson. Only in Newsday, we're learning more about how the remains of the Gilgo 4 were found. Court documents obtained by Newsday show the remains of the 4 victims were completely nude and restrained by either tape, burlap, or belts. The new details come from a bill of particulars requested by Rex Heuermann's legal team as they prepare for his defense. The Massapequa Park man is charged in the killings of 4 women whose remains were found near Gilgo Beach 13 years ago. Read the latest developments on the Gilgo killings investigation on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A Franklin Square man is facing charges after police say his illegal fireworks sparked a fire. This was a scene yesterday on Morton Avenue. Police say a fire ignited fireworks in his garage. The fireworks shot into the home's living room, started a fire in there. The flames also spread to a neighbor's fence and another's garage. Louis DiStefano is in court today. He faces several charges. Relief today for nearly 16,000 Long Islanders who can now keep their doctors. Days before thousands of physicians affiliated with Mount Sinai Hospital Group were set to leave United Healthcare's network. The two reached a multi-year contract. Contract negotiations had broken down between the two over reimbursement rates. If no deal was reached, seniors like John Patty would have lost access to their longtime physicians.
I was in shock. I said, now I have to find a new urologist who I've been with for 10 years and who's taken me through, my medical procedures and everything. And it was kind of, trying to think of the right word, undaunting, to be able to face this, especially at this age.
Nearly 4,500 doctors have attending rights at Mount Sinai hospitals. Only in Newsday, despite facing investigations and reassignment, 2 top Wyandanch middle school administrators are still on the payroll. Records obtained by Newsday show the principal and assistant principal of Milton L. Olive Middle School received $180,000 in pay from the district since their temporary home reassignment in September of last year. The 2 faced an investigation over alleged grading discrepancies. Parents are outraged in Riverhead over plans to cut school staff and reduce programs. Riverhead schools are cutting 18 teaching assistant positions, in addition to eliminating nearly 38 teaching positions. District officials announced the updated plans at last night's board meeting. The district-wide dual language program is also being reduced and will now only be offered at 1 elementary school.
It is an unintended consequence that is so grave that we cannot move forward with it, right? You came out and said your goals of this program are not to cut educational programs and to keep things intact. And this is by far, the dual language program that my kindergartner is in, is by far the best thing that Riverhead has given to any of us.
The Riverhead School District dealing with the loss of nearly $20 million in federal funds. Riverhead Charter School won't be expanding after all, facing mounting community pressure. The school announced yesterday it's abandoning plans to buy 71 acres of farmland in Northville. Locals rallied against the plan to build a new high school over traffic and environmental concerns. Quick thinking staff at Connetquot High School after the heroes were hailed for helping to save a student's life. An office assistant noticed 17-year-old senior Quentin Folks was behaving oddly and stumbling in January. She alerted other staff who called an ambulance. Folks was having a stroke.
And I remember walking in here trying to write my name on the paper, trying to sign in. And I remember I wasn't able to write because my hand was just locked.
And she actually said, I hope he's not having a stroke. She actually said that. So I looked at the paper, and Quentin has excellent handwriting, and I knew something was wrong.
Folks was rushed to the hospital where a neurosurgeon removed the blood clot that caused the stroke. Around 1 in 400,000 children each year suffer from the kind of stroke he had, according to medical research. Sellers beware. Starting today, homeowners have to tell buyers about a house's history. Ken Bufa has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Holy my whole house, the whole block is flooded.
Ryan Schneider learned the hard way his Farmingdale house is prone to flooding.
It's a swimming pool on my street. My truck's about to float away.
To prevent bitter buyers, a more than 20-year-old law is getting a refresh. It's called the Property Condition Disclosure Act, which makes home sellers fill out an official form detailing any issues with the property. But for the last 20 years or so, sellers have been able to avoid filling out the form by coughing up a few extra bucks.
Sellers were able to pay a $500 credit to home buyers, and that allowed them to not fill out the form. And so their attorneys often said, do not fill out this form because, that could create legal liability.
So what are the new changes? Well, you can't pay your way out of filling out the form, and there's 7 new questions focusing on, you guessed it, flood history.
Under this, they might get a lot more information about, what could potentially be wrong with the house, or, if a seller doesn't disclose something, they say they don't know about it, that could be a red flag for buyers and help them to make a decision.
If I knew then what I knew now, there's no way in my right mind I could buy this home just because of how susceptible we are to flooding.
The update to the law is now in effect. So now homeowners should be in a better place when buying a home, or at least a drier one. Ken Bufa, Newsday TV.
Read more about home inspections on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Ever want to travel back in time? You might want to head to JFK Airport. Scott Vogel has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
This is not how this day was supposed to go. Not at all. You came here to ooh and ah over the spectacular reimagining of Ira Saarinen's landmark 1962 terminal at JFK Airport, now part of the TWA Hotel. All of it so painstakingly restored, it's like a trip back in time. You came here to be reminded of the golden age of air travel, why they even turned a Lockheed Constellation on the tarmac into a swanky cocktail lounge. To gawk at old flight attendant uniforms and museum-quality exhibits from days gone by. It'll all make sense in a minute. But then they take you up to the roof and show you the infinity pool, which you don't even need to be a hotel guest to enjoy because they have day passes that go for just $25. So even though it's March and the wind is howling because you're literally spitting distance from planes taking off, all anybody can talk about is you getting in the pool. I'm walking through the lobby in my bathrobe because I'm that guy now. So you stall. Hey, is that a whimsical take on a 60s hair salon? Awesome!
There are no pages.
There's a photo booth. And Twister, you love Twister.
Left, green.
You stall and stall because you think that when the sun goes down, the pool will be closed. Nope. It's open till 11.
I'm doing this once and once only, okay? Right?
Okay, it's kind of amazing. It's not just a pool, but a pool koozie. The whole thing's heated to 95 degrees. It's the hot tub of your dreams. And with that incredible view of the runways from a runway-shaped pool, you don't ever want to get out.
Okay, are we done?
Yep.
And not just because you know you're about to be freezing.
Nice. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Checking out your hyper-local forecast, a mix of sun and clouds today, highs in the 50s. We may get some rain on the first full day of spring. Tomorrow, though, we're mostly sunny and windy with highs around 42 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. Chance of scattered showers throughout the day today, but we should be clear by this evening. Looking at your 7-day forecast now, you can see all of the elements here: rain, wind, sun, and clouds to kickstart the first week of spring. Friday is looking like your best day for sunshine. That's a look at your 7-day forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
It's a special day for all of us at Newsday Studios. We've just marked a pretty big milestone.
Welcome to NewsdayTV. I'm Elisa DiStefano. Every day right here, we'll bring you streaming newscasts packed with the Long Island stories that matter to you. From breaking news to restaurants, schools, things to do, and exclusive Newsday investigative reports.
That's Elisa DiStefano behind the desk for our very first newscast exactly 1 year ago. Since then, NewsdayTV has been bringing you in-depth reporting on the stories that impact your life. From blockbuster breaking news like the Gilgo killings arrest,
the indictment of defendant Rex Andrew Hierman,
to investigations into public officials, police, and the issues that affect the health of Long Islanders, including the potential impact of ash being dumped at the Brookhaven landfill. Enough is enough! And then there are the lifestyle stories and food reviews that help you enjoy the best things Long Island has to offer.
I'm about to eat this monstrous rice patty burger.
So many memories. It's been a pleasure bringing you this streaming newscast for the past year. We will continue to do everything we can to make sure we're your trusted source of Long Island news. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with more.